Hello from Israel Hayom studio. The annual presidential conference recently took place in Jerusalem. The conference, which attracts presidents, prime ministers, Hollywood stars, and world business leaders, is always a glamorous event. And this year it was ritzier than ever because of Shimon Peres' 90th birthday. With me in the studio to discuss this is Simona Weinglass and Erez Linn. Simona, you were at the conference. What was your impression?
I thought the conference was great. It was a combination of TED, Davos with Israeli and Jewish subjects mixed in. But what I'd like to talk about is the birthday bash that Peres threw on Tuesday night, which a lot of people were critical of and which was really over the top.
It's not that bad because the birthday was actually moved up in order to save money so that they won't have to celebrate it.
Well, how much money did it cost?
It cost about 11 million, I believe.
Which is about
shekels,
which is about $3 million, I believe.
About $3 million.
Right.
That seems like a bargain to me. I mean, Peres is Israel's greatest public relations and political asset, and for $3 million, I mean, we got great publicity.
It wasn't what it cost exactly. It was more the content of the birthday gala. If you watch it on TV, it was broadcast on all 3 major Israeli television channels.
They didn't have to broadcast it. They chose to do
They voluntarily chose to do so. The longer you watch, it made you cringe. I mean, there were these children dancing and singing for Peres, and they looked like something out of the 1980s, a pageant for a communist leader like Ceausescu.
Okay, so maybe it was a little over the top in that way.
Right. There were tributes comparing Peres to the Queen of England, to Einstein, and to God.
Because you know
even.
what? Well, that's a little.
Barbara Streisand.
That's a little exaggerated.
Barbara Streisand sang Avinu Malkeinu at Peres' request, and maybe it was about God. I mean, maybe, but one couldn't help thinking that she was singing to Peres.
I think Peres was not involved in all the details. We have to remember that. He was basically, he gave the permission to celebrate his birthday. What he did not consider, although he is very good at Asbara abroad, he's not really good at Asbara at home. He did not prepare the public for such a big event. He did not tell them why we need to invite so many people and, albeit with private funds, spend so much money on one night.
Right. It's important to mention that the funds were all private. This got no government support. I think that wasn't necessarily known by the Israeli public. People think, we're paying for this big party? You know, what's going on here? But it's actually private donations. So, you know, why not? I mean,
it did not look authentic. Even in his biography, when he put on video the big events of his career, he conveniently left out that not so nice events as far as he is concerned.
Right. Even the guest list wasn't really Israeli. There was Sharon Stone, Robert De Niro, Tony Blair, but the Israelis were relegated to the 3rd and 4th rows.
That was the birthday celebration. But you know what? The conference was a little different. I was at part of the conference, and I saw young people, Israelis, people who will remember this event for the rest of their lives. Peres was a founding father of Israel, is a founding father, and they touch history when they see Peres. I think it's a priceless thing.
Right. Well, they were very carefully selected young people because it was very hard to get a ticket to that conference. It was only for the Israeli elite, for heads of business, for very successful movers and shakers.
And there was no big memorable event or memorable phrase that Peres said. People didn't really understand what really Israel benefited from this on the immediate term. He should have made a compelling case, and there is a compelling case to be made that this helps Israel and brings a lot of networking to Israel with Sharon Stone. Who else came? Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, the heads of businesses, the head of AOL,
Kickstarter,
Deutsche Telekom.
And only Peres can do such a thing in Israel. I think so.
Right.
No one would have come for Netanyahu's birthday.
Right. In past years, I remember I attended the first conference, and there were so many Nobel laureates that he had a panel devoted just to Nobel laureates. I mean, that's how many. That's the kind of people he gets to come to his conference.
I think we can wrap it up and say that Peres is an amazing asset to Israel. In terms of the hasbara, in terms of our showing the world that our face is towards peace, and he's also, as a founding father, he is a piece of history. On the other hand, he has to be very careful about how these things look, especially to the Israeli public.
Right. I mean, I think Peres is a man of ideas. He's a man of vision. He definitely is well equipped to tell us what is in store for us tomorrow. But he's got a little bit of a tin ear when it comes to connecting with a regular Israeli man in the street.
Well, as we say in Hebrew, Ad Mea V'Esrim, Shimon Peres, we hope that you live to be the age of Moses, 120. That means another 30 presidential conferences. Our only advice is just tone it down a little.
Just a little bit. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Happy birthday. I'm Steve Ganot. Thank you for watching.